Hey, friends out there. Keith with I Want More Comics, and
Steve with Big Easy Comics.
so we're gonna try a new little game here for you guys to get ahead of what's what with ordering and final order cutoff. Both of our stores have supported the giving you guys the early look at things here for a while now. So we've got a little idea of a little tag team show here to chat about the hot and the popular. And you guys are witnessing episode one here of our mayhem.
We're pretty excited about this. I mean, we this final orders cutoff is very important to our stores, and we both agree. I think that it's important for every store, and it's unfortunate that I think the numbers are only about half stores do even participate in final order cutoff and adjusting their orders. But we want to bring you all of the great stuff early enough that we can get enough for everyone.
Great. So we've can put together here a list of everything. We're just going to jump right into it. Try to run through this quickly, give you guys a chance to look at this. And starting off with, we're going to hit the number ones. And I'm already missing something, aren't I? Here and all this. So we're going to go a little bit out of order.
Yeah.
New Mutants
Hey,
War Children here. I know what I did. I know I got one thing wrong in my renaming. So
Gotcha.
but New Mutants War Children is a one-shot book here by Bill Sienkiewicz and Chris Claremont getting back together again.
Yeah, it's exciting because I love them both. Chris Claremont, obviously X Men back in the day, and Bill Sienkiewicz did so much stuff on New Mutants and Moon Knight.
Yeah, and Demon Bear is one of my favorites. So to see them playing with the old team, going again with this, that looks great. This number one is the A cover here is Bill Sienkiewicz. There is a B cover by Bob McLeod, and a C cover that is Martin Simmons. So you get all of it has that good classic feel to it.
Yeah, I love the A and C both are my one and one A, and then the B cover I like too, but
Is it Bob? I think Bob's the one that did the original cover on Marvel Graphic Novel number 4. I think that's why
yeah,
they brought him in on this.
yeah. I have a couple copies of that with almost within arm's reach. I would get up and check, but
That looks close there. So
it
I'm
does.
thinking it's there.
Yeah, yeah.
Next up was what I thought was first up because I just did them out of order here. But this is Marvel Comics number 1, another one shot, Crazy,
Right.
and that describes everything. Like
Yeah,
if you're gonna go back to
it's
Obnoxio the
already out
Clown,
there. They're bringing back Obnoxio the Clown, and so who knows what's even gonna go on in this one. Uh,
all right, I'll let
no doubt.
Steven lead off with this one here.
This I'm excited about. Strike Force, right? Because you get all my favorite dark characters, right? You get Blade, you get Spider, the original Spider Woman, which is one of my favorite characters, and then Winter Soldier and Angela and a couple others, and going and trying to complete a mission that's too dark, too tough for the real Avengers. Blade puts these guys together to go take down some villains that I don't even know. Right? We haven't got to read this one yet.
Definitely a cult. Obviously, it's playing in that world, and a little different than your Savage Avengers. Savage Avengers are a little bit more of a, like the brute force team. But this team is not going to be nice. It's not nice, guys.
Oh,
Andrea Sorrentino on your A. Diodato. I mean, and he's
all right.
killing it right now with Savage Avengers. So
Oh yeah, yeah. This kind of reminds me of Savage Avengers number one, right? The cover for that, the way this was laid out.
mm-hmm.
And you've got Greg Horn on cover C. Is this the David Yarding cover right here? And
The Yarden is the Immortal.
oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So this is actually a front and back. It's a wraparound cover, and that is Bucky.
The Immortals covers were they're called that because of the Immortal Hulk cover, right? The
Yes.
1 in 25 variant that was really so popular. They redid it for second printing, and so now Marvel's doing this theme on most of their titles this month.
Yep. Theme for the month.
Hmm.
One that we're a little bit more excited around here. Bloodshot is heating up with movie talk. It's right around the corner for all this. I am anticipating actually trailers sooner than later on this. Hopefully, right about the time of this book drops, or before issue 2. But Tim Seeley, Brett Booth are taking it on. That's two bigger names out there. Blue Valiant's done a good job with doing that. And your first variant here is Declan Shalve. Go into Dave Johnson. Uh, Hannah Templar, which is not one I'm familiar with, but
I
it's
dig
got a
that
good
cover.
look. And John Boy Myers on the black and white, because if you're looking for the color one, it's the what do they call that? The carbon fiber
Man,
1 in 250.
variant, yeah. And I've been a Valiant fan since pre-Unity, right? Since all the way to the beginning, and I don't know what I can't. There's nothing I can do. I wish I could get my customers really into Valiant more, but I've only got a handful
Hmm.
because I get real excited about it. But
I think this has got a little bit of a chance with people. Like I said, if that trailer's around the same time, I think there's going to be some people that are curious and want to read something. So this might be the gateway drug. Maybe we'll see. You brought this one to the attention.
I did. Vault has a couple of good books this week. The plot is one, and we'll hit the other one in a second. But you know, this is kind of it really. I think it's going to lead into a horror theme, but you've got an uncle who becomes the guardian to a couple kids whose parents are murdered, and then some sinister stuff starts happening around their property. Is kind of the theme there. Vault does some really cool stuff with their books, and then they always on the number ones they have a great throwback cover, and plot's no exception because the B cover is a throwback to House of Secrets, the first appearance of Swamp Thing. And then they have a C cover as well from so the A and B are by Josh Hickson, and the C cover is Tim Daniel,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Good, good look on this. All of them really do have that horror feel right away to it. And then Relics of Youth, which is funny because the first time I saw this and plot into what it was is, again, all these characters have the same are dreaming about the same location, the island,
Mm-hmm.
and they happen to start talking to each other and then wake up with mysterious tattoos. So you get a little. As soon as you say island, it makes me think Lost. With a little bit of like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So,
But
the
well,
kind of twist there with the tattoos, right, is no one else can see them, right? They're the only
yeah,
one
they're
who can
the
see them.
six of them have it and no one can see it.
Yeah.
Now, it made me think Deadly Class, and that's the homage cover that they used here on this. And your A cover is Skylar Patridge, and your B cover here again Tim Daniel. He's been doing all the homage covers for Vault. So then that wraps up number ones. We can
All
jump into
now. Is that
yeah, some variants here, and
right? Because
so everybody sees we get A's and B's together.
so this is the A cover for Action Comics 1015, right?
Yes, and a little interesting there is that people are going to make it a little bit of a bigger deal because of that being Naomi in costume.
Right.
There's going to be conversation about that being on the cover.
Well, the B cover is even better. Yeah.
But the B's stellar.
The cover is amazing. It's one of my favorites this week.
Perello is people have heard me gush about him enough,
Mm-hmm.
but he's killing it on that. David Marquez is on the A. He's got another one coming up here inside our list.
Right.
Continuing with DC is Batgirl.
Yeah. Batgirl 39.
No way in life would I ever try to pronounce this person's name for the artist on this. I'm just going to call it Carmine's cover. You want to try?
I think it's Gian Domenico. Gian Domenico.
That's great. Wonderful. Winner. Like, but the B cover now we're moving away from Middleton here,
Right.
And we're getting Jeff DeCall.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. It's not too, some of the stuff I'm seeing here that's not been released yet is getting a little bit too like CG, computer generated, and a little bit further. And I have no issue at all with artists that work 100% digitally. But when it starts to look a little too three-dimensional or a little too realistic, I feel like we're kind of getting away a little bit from you know, the trade, the the artist, the comic trade,
I can
essentially.
see some of that.
Yeah. This is actually my favorite cover this week, and this is the B cover for Batman Superman #2. And I know every one of our customers, because we have both been harping on everybody getting that first issue. It's the continuation of the Batman Who Laughs, and at the end of the first issue is just this huge surprise. And yeah, this is my favorite cover of the week. This book's gonna
It,
be fantastic.
it's really good. Like I said, Marquez is here. This is now also his interiors,
Mhm.
so he's got both sides of this one. And for your B here, you get Opena, who I'm a huge fan of. Back to the Uncanny X Force days.
Yeah,
So Opena is that's good positioning. Like that's something there. But this book is a lot about the content. You and I are both in agreement on that.
100%. Yeah, this cover particularly, you think you're getting that the traditional Batman Superman looking, just badass on the cover, but you may not notice that they're standing on a statue of the Batman who laughs.
That's a good use of his gargoyle, right?
Yeah.
That's just Batman loves standing on gargoyles. So if you're going to give him an opportunity,
Hmm.
Detective Comics 1012 here. Doug Mankey on your A cover, Mister Freeze taken front and center.
Yeah.
But Sook on that B that's dynamic. The
Yeah.
green lighting on that is just very good.
There's a lot of great stuff. His old Green Lantern stuff has been moving well for us because he did a lot of incentive variants for Green Lantern,
Yep.
Blackest Night, Brightest Day time frame, and he is still amazing artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it a lot. Gilliam March is another favorite. Kind of faded out where people weren't paying as much attention when the Gotham City Siren stuff was hot, and he has all those A covers on that. It's insane. But this is A cover for Justice League Dark 15. But I had to bring this to the table because I like Clayton Crane a lot. Again, somebody who has a long-standing run of X Force there, but bringing Detective Chimp to life like that
That's a
is
great cover.
outstanding.
Like you gave me a lot of crap for not liking the Batman '77 cover he did that came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
It's growing on me a little bit, I guess. But I mean, I usually love his stuff. I just didn't care for that one. But this one is amazing.
yeah. I think it was very unique about what he did with that 77 because it was way more polished. It's like what you're talking about. So it felt a little more digital than normal for him. Um, but I mean, the facial hair on this monkey with a sword. I mean, you get everything you want.
Oh, and then we're moving on to Wonder Woman '79, right? And this is still G. Willow Wilson and she's about to leave. I can't remember what issue is going to be her last. Is it 80? She's moving
Might
on.
be.
Is it 100? She's down to 100.
I can't remember what it was. I know
Well,
it's
she
been a conversation, but I thought it was about going to be exit about the same time.
whatever her dream project was, and maybe she's leaving a little early. I'm not 100% sure. But this is an Aaron Lopresti cover. And of course, you still got on all the B covers. One of my favorites right now is Jenny Frison, who's just absolutely killing it everywhere. The Wonder Woman cover she's been doing. We've got another one from Marvel that she's done coming up here in a minute, right? So, I mean, we might as well just keep going to the Fearless, right? So you got Fearless cover A, Yasmin Putri, another hot, amazing artist, and then B is Jenny Frison again. This is the connecting covers for Fearless to the B covers, and so you want to make sure if you haven't even you pick up #1 and 2 because it's just going to be absolutely beautiful when it's complete.
It's been doing really well. People have been paying a lot of attention to this, but it was kind of nice that these two happen to lay out next to each other so we could talk about them.
Absolutely.
Jorge Molina really impressed me on this cover of Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider actually I thought launched pretty well for us. I think it was just this week, or it was last week, but it carrying the fan base. It's getting a little bit more people paying attention to it because of things like End of the Spider Verse,
Right.
and she's really established herself as a different character instead of just like female version of a repeated character kind of idea.
No,
So she's got her own mythos.
series tends to pick up a little bit. I mean, obviously the first one and the Spider Verse stuff was crazy, but yeah, still going strong. Every time I see one of these Spider Verse characters in their own book, I just I get a little angry because where's Spider Ham's solo book? I'm still waiting for that.
You got, I don't know. They keep cramming everything out there, right? Like it's got to happen sooner or later.
You would think so. Yeah.
Oh, we have a problem now. How have
Well,
I lost?
I think is it did you end up going through all the books already?
I was planning on still in having here Powers of X,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Jim Henson's Dark Crystal, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah,
So
yeah. I know, right? Well, we can just chat about those. Powers of X #5 coming out on the 25th with all these other books. Has a whole bunch of really great covers. I wish we could show some of them to you right now.
I'm gonna see how fast we can chat about them. I'm gonna see how fast we can get
How
there.
fast you can figure that out? Yeah, no problem. Um, you know, there's you've got this, they've been pretty consistent, right? You got the A cover, you've got the new character variant as the B cover, the connecting covers, and then you've got the John Tyler Christopher action figure covers, and the decades variant, right? They've been very consistent with all of these on both titles.
Yep.
So yeah.
I JTC always stands out to me is for how when all he was doing was action figures. That's what my mind had him programmed. It's all he was doing, and then you start seeing the other stuff. It's amazing. They really went with some powerhouse characters on this one. Again, like Gambit is decades.
Yep.
The Savage Land X-Men for that. Pretty good, solid stuff there. And then this is the
Crystal Age of Resistance, which
yeah.
started on Netflix this week. I'm already on episode 9. It is
Wow.
just, yeah. I mean, I've been working, doing stuff for my stream sale this weekend, so I had it up all day yesterday, and it is absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to read the series. Um, #1's coming out on the 25th. I highly recommend it. If you haven't checked out the show on Netflix yet, highly recommend that as well.
Was a favorite as a kid. This is a connecting cover that they have for it.
Mhm.
So that's going to be popular. And then we'll wrap up here. I can talk to a real Turtles expert, instead of this fake guy I got running around working for me. But
Right. Yeah, a lot of goings on in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles world, right? Starting in issue 95 and 96. You've got a new Ninja Turtle running around. All this culminating City at War story in issue 100, um, coming out. And that one's in November. Just I can't be more excited right now for what's going on. I mean, I think Keith, you've told me that you think something really huge is going to happen in issue 100, and I'm kind of forced to agree with you there. We've been ordering up now to make sure that we can hit demand for this book, because it's getting really really good, and people are coming out of the woodwork to get back on Ninja Turtles right now.
Turtles right now is doing 3 times what it was, say, six issues ago, and they've built a lot of good excitement about this. They're promising big major changes that are going to rock the Turtles world. And sometimes that hype never lives up to itself, but especially with the exit of Tom Waltz on the book at 100,
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that he's going to leave his mark at the end.
Yeah,
So
I mean something, universe changing, if you will, coming around issue 100, and then yeah, I mean who knows where it's going to go after that, but it, really reinvigorating the series right now with the current storyline, kind of harkening back to City at War from the original series from Mirage Studios back in the 80s. Um, so, if you haven't been checking it out, that we've got second printings coming or in stock of even the last couple issues, so that you can get caught up, and ready for issue 100 in a couple months.
should be good.
Mhm.
Well, sports fans, that's a show. This is our beta attempt. So I think I figured out the 2 bits of technology I'm gonna change next time.
You know, give us a cut us some slack this week, and we'll be back next week with we promise a much more polished version.
Yeah, but we're gonna have fun with it. Again, on the videos, feel free to comment to reserve your copies with us.
Yeah. So before we go, yeah, I mean, what we're doing is we're each reposting the video every week on our own pages, And so all you'll have to do if you want to pull a book or subscribe to a book is comment, beneath the video on our page, and we'll take care of you.
Yep. So thanks for watching, guys. Give us feedback, and we'll see you on the Wednesdays.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks.